Israel says it's not playing games with its threats to attack Iran. The country's defence minister insists it's not just belligerent rhetoric to bully Tehran into abandoning its nuclear programme. But Israel's apparent failure to prepare its citizens for any retaliation may suggest otherwise, as Paula Sleer found out.
The Ruaveni family lives in missile range of Gaza. For years, they complained to their government they had no shelter to protect them from Qassam rockets fired by Hamas. But this poor immigrant town wasn't a top priority for Tel Aviv. Far from it, prompting Yaakov to eventually build a shelter himself to protect his family.
We went through some very tough years. We used to worry all the time. Every time we left the house, we were in danger. When we went to the store, to school, or to work.
It took a direct hit on Yaakov's house 5 years ago before the government finally woke up and built him a shelter opposite the one he'd already built himself. Now, across Israel's closest city to Gaza, there are bomb shelters in the street, on sports fields and in children's playgrounds where they're cleverly disguised like this one. But that won't reassure the rest of the country in the event of a conflict with the much bigger threat of Iran.
If a responsible government wants to start a war, they have to prepare the civilian population for a shower of rockets of all kinds, coming from several directions.
We have got 1.7 million people that haven't got any shelter. We have got 3.5 million people that haven't got a gas mask.
Israelis themselves are skeptic about the country's ability to defend itself. Many still remember Iraqi Scud missiles landing in the center of Israel some 20 years ago. And a scathing government report issued months ago suggests the home front is woefully unprepared.
The government obviously doesn't want to put the public into panic, but I think the public itself probably does not believe in a strike is imminent. Otherwise, people would have gone crazy.
The experts say any Israeli military strike is very likely to draw an Iranian retaliation, the target of which is no secret. This is the city that Iran has threatened to pummel with missiles in response to any Israeli attack. But many of the public bomb shelters here are dusty and neglected. And whereas in previous times of tension, Tel Aviv distributed gas masks, many of those masks remain in storage.
I really don't know why they're talking about it so much. That's why I think there won't be a war, because they are talking about it.
I don't think there will be a war, because I think government is not doing nothing to prepare citizens for this situation.
If someone will bomb me, I don't know where I need to run to.
Which has many wondering what exactly Tel Aviv has planned up its sleeve.
If a government really intends to start a war, they would do things differently.
Or at least prepare their public. Paula Sleer, RT, Tel Aviv.